Have you ever felt like there's something extraordinary about you, something that sets you apart from the crowd? It's not just a feeling, it's a truth. Chosen ones, you have been placed on this earth with a divine mission, a calling that you can no longer ignore. You were not born to simply exist. You were chosen to lead, to heal, and most importantly, to destroy the dark forces that have tried to dim your light. These dark forces come in many forms: toxic relationships, negative environments, self-doubt, and even unseen spiritual battles. You may have noticed that when you walk into a room, the atmosphere shifts. People either gravitate toward you for your light or resent you because of it. This is not a coincidence, it's your power being recognized. The darkness senses your presence and it trembles. It knows that your very existence is a threat to its agenda. You see, darkness cannot survive where light exists, and you are that light. This video will remind you of the incredible power you carry and why you are uniquely equipped to defeat the forces of negativity, destruction, and chaos. By the end of this, you will understand why you have been tested, why you have been isolated, and why your victory is inevitable. Stay with me, chosen ones. This is your message, and it's your time to rise. This isn't just any light, it's a divine force capable of tearing apart the strongest forms of darkness. The spiritual realm knows this, which is why you've faced resistance your whole life. Think about it. How many times have you faced challenges that seemed designed to break you? How many people have tried to tear you down with their words, actions, or jealousy? These were not random events. These were attempts by the dark forces to suppress your power before you discovered it. Your light is so radiant that it exposes what others try to keep hidden: their insecurities, their lies, their darkness. You may have noticed that people often project their negativity onto you, or feel threatened by your authenticity. This is because your presence alone disrupts the energy they've become comfortable in. It's not your fault, it's your gift. You carry the truth, and truth is the greatest weapon against deception. Think of yourself as a lighthouse in the middle of a storm. The darkness of the night may try to swallow you, but your light continues to shine, guiding others and destroying illusions. And here's the beautiful part: no matter how hard the dark forces try, they cannot extinguish what God has placed within you. You are protected. You are untouchable. And the very forces that fear you will be forced to bow before your power. Question for you: have you ever noticed how some people change around you? Do they act differently because of the light you carry? Tell me your experience in the comments. You've faced battles. Others couldn't survive chosen ones. Your life hasn't been easy, and that's not a coincidence. You have faced struggles that would have crushed most people. Financial hardship, betrayals, loneliness, health issues. Whatever your battles have been, you've walked through them with a strength you didn't even know you had. Why? Because you were being prepared for a greater mission. A warrior is not made in times of peace, but in times of war. Your trials were not punishments, they were training grounds. Have you ever wondered why life seemed harder for you compared to others? It's because God was sharpening you, making you resilient, unbreakable, and wise. The dark forces tried to destroy you because they knew the danger you posed. They threw obstacles in your path, hoping you would give up, but you didn't. You may have stumbled, but you always got back up. You're still here, and that's a testament to your power. You see, the strongest soldiers are given the hardest battles. God doesn't place His greatest warriors on the sidelines. He places them on the front lines. And that's where you are now. Every wound, every scar, every tear you've shed has made you the destroyer of darkness that you are today. Question for you: what battles have you overcome that made you stronger? Share your story in the comments below. you might inspire someone else. Isolation was part of your preparation. One of the hardest experiences for chosen ones is isolation. Have you ever felt like you didn't fit in, even in a room full of people? Like no one truly understood you or supported your journey? This is because you are different. You are not meant to follow the crowd. You are meant to lead it. God separates His chosen ones so He can work on them in private. During your isolation, you may have felt lost, but this was when you were being transformed. You were shedding your old self and growing into the powerful being you are today. This period of solitude allowed you to connect more deeply with God, with yourself, and with your purpose. It gave you clarity, wisdom, and discernment. Think about a seed. Before it becomes a mighty tree, it must first be buried in darkness. It is during this time that it takes root and prepares to grow. That was you. Now you're emerging, stronger and more powerful than ever before. Question for you. Have you experienced a season of isolation? How did it change you for the better? Let me know in the comments below. The power of your words and actions. As a chosen one, your words and actions carry immense power. What you say and do can uplift, heal, and inspire others, but it can also dismantle lies, expose deception, and confront darkness head-on. That's why it's so important to use your voice wisely. When you speak, people listen. Whether they love you or hate you, they cannot ignore you. Dark forces will try to silence you because they fear the truth you carry. But you must stand firm. Speak life, speak truth, and walk in purpose. Your presence alone shifts the atmosphere. You have the ability to destroy negativity with kindness, to fight lies with truth, and to conquer fear with faith. Question for you. Have you noticed how your words impact others? How do people respond to your energy? Share your experience below. 5. Your spiritual protection is unmatched, chosen ones. You are not alone in this battle. Even when you feel surrounded by darkness, you have divine protection that shields you from harm. Your faith, your connection with God, and your spiritual strength form an invisible barrier that no dark force can penetrate. Have you ever wondered why some things that should have destroyed you didn't? That's because you are being watched over by a power far greater than anything in this world. God never sends His warriors into battle without protection. You are covered by the prayers of those who came before you, by the divine light that surrounds you, and by the strength that resides within you. This is why you've survived every attack, every betrayal, and every setback. The dark forces can try to harm you, but they cannot touch what is protected by God. Think about the times you escaped harm when others didn't. Think about the moments when doors miraculously opened for you, or when you felt a sudden sense of peace in the middle of chaos. That was your spiritual protection at work. When you trust in that protection, you will walk through life with confidence, knowing that no weapon formed against you will prosper. Question for you. Have you experienced moments when you felt divinely protected? Share your story in the comments. 6. The hidden battles. You've already won. Chosen ones, you've been fighting battles that no one else could see. Some of the biggest wars you've faced have been within your own mind, fighting fear, doubt, and negativity. These battles are the hardest because they test your spirit, your faith, and your determination. Yet, look at you. You're still standing. You've already won so many battles, even when you thought you were losing. How many nights did you cry yourself to sleep, only to wake up stronger the next day? How many times did you feel like giving up, but something within you refused to quit? Those moments are victories, even if no one else noticed. The dark forces tried to break you through depression, loneliness, and hardship, but your resilience turned their attacks into stepping stones for your growth. The world may not see these battles, but God does. Every time you chose to keep going, every time you chose faith over fear, you were winning. Celebrate those victories, no matter how small they seem. You've already proven that darkness cannot defeat you because your light is too strong. Question for you: what hidden battles have you overcome that no one else knows about? Let me know in the comments. You are a beacon for others to follow. Chosen ones, your journey is not just about you, it's about inspiring others. There are people watching you, even when you don't realize it. Your strength, your resilience, and your faith are lighting the way for others who are lost in their darkness. You are proof that survival is possible, that healing is real, and that victory is within reach. You may not always get recognition for your efforts, but your impact is undeniable. When you speak your truth, share your story, or simply stand firm in your light, you encourage others to do the same. The dark forces hate this because every person you inspire is one less soul they can control. Think of yourself as a torchbearer in a world filled with shadows. Your light gives others permission to shine. You are breaking generational curses, healing old wounds, and showing others what is possible when you trust in your divine purpose. That is the power you carry. Question for you: have you ever had someone tell you that you inspired them? How did that make you feel? Share it in the comments. 8. Why darkness cannot defeat you. Darkness can only survive where there is no light, and you, chosen one, are a walking flame. No matter how hard the dark forces try to extinguish you, they will fail because your light comes from a divine source. It cannot be replicated, and it cannot be destroyed. This is why you are such a threat to negativity and evil forces. They know they cannot win against you. Think of all the times darkness tried to pull you down. People who betrayed you, situations that broke you, or environments that drained you. Yet, here you are, stronger than before. Darkness doesn't understand that every attempt to destroy you only fuels your strength. Your challenges have built you, your scars have empowered you, and your faith has become your greatest shield. When you understand this, you will no longer fear the darkness. You will confront it head-on, knowing that it cannot defeat you. You are divinely protected, spiritually equipped, and eternally resilient. Darkness may roar, but your light will silence it every time. Question for you: what is one dark situation that made you stronger in the end? Share your story with us. 9. Your calling is bigger than you think. Chosen ones, sometimes we underestimate the magnitude of our calling. You were not chosen for something small. You were chosen to make an impact that will ripple through generations. Your struggles, your lessons, and your victories are all part of a divine plan to awaken others and destroy forces of darkness that hold people back. You may feel small at times, but remember, even a single flame can light an entire room. Your calling is bigger than your current situation, bigger than your doubts, and bigger than the attacks against you. When you fully embrace who you are and step into your purpose, you will move mountains. Don't let fear or self-doubt keep you from stepping into your role as a destroyer of dark forces. God chose you for this, and He doesn't make mistakes. Your life has meaning, and your calling has power. Question for you: do you feel like you're stepping into your purpose yet, or are you still discovering it? Let me know in the comments. 10. The dark forces recognize your authority. Have you noticed that some people react strongly to your presence? It's because the dark forces within them recognize the authority you carry. As a chosen one, you don't just walk into a room, you shift the energy of the entire space. Your light exposes darkness, and your authority dismantles it. People who carry negativity, jealousy, or toxic energy often feel uncomfortable around you. This is because your spiritual power confronts the darkness within them. It's not you they hate, it's the light you bring. That's why you've faced resistance, misunderstandings, and even hostility. The dark forces know who you are, even if you don't fully realize it yet. But when you claim your authority and walk boldly in your light, nothing will be able to stand in your way. Question for you. Have you ever felt like people reacted negatively to you for no reason? Tell me about it below. 11. You are being prepared for something greater. Every battle, every challenge, and every hardship you faced has been part of your preparation. God does not allow His chosen ones to go through suffering without a purpose. You are being refined, strengthened, and equipped for a mission far beyond your imagination. When it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, understand that it is shaping you into the powerful being you were destined to become. Your preparation often happens in silence when no one is watching. These quiet moments, filled with pain or uncertainty, are where your spirit is forged into something unbreakable. You've been placed in these situations not to break you, but to build you. The strongest warriors are always those who have been through the fiercest battles. Have you noticed how certain things that once overwhelmed you no longer hold power over you? That's because you've been tested and proven. The dark forces are terrified of what you are becoming because they see your transformation even before you do. You are a spiritual warrior in training, and when the time comes, you will rise with authority, strength, and divine purpose. Question for you. What challenges do you now see as preparation for something greater? Share them with us in the comments below. 12. You are a light in the darkness. Chosen ones, your very existence is a disruption to the forces of darkness. The light you carry isn't just symbolic, it's a divine energy that radiates through your words, your actions, and your presence. When you enter a room, you don't just blend in, you transform it. Have you ever noticed that certain people are drawn to you, while others seem uncomfortable in your presence? That's because your light exposes darkness. People who carry jealousy, anger, or negativity will feel uneasy because your spirit forces their inner darkness to confront itself. But this is your gift. You have been chosen to shine in places where light is desperately needed. Don't let anyone dim that light or make you doubt your power. Even in the darkest moments of your life, your light cannot be extinguished. When you walk with faith, purpose, and love, you create ripples of hope for everyone around you. You don't have to shout or fight to be noticed. Your light will naturally draw the right people to you and push away the wrong ones. Question for you. Have you ever felt like your energy shifted a room or situation? How did it feel? Share your experience below. 13. Your enemies reveal your power. Chosen ones, do you ever wonder why you attract so much resistance? It's because your enemies see something in you that you might not see in yourself, your power. Darkness recognizes greatness, and it will do everything it can to suppress it. People who betray, hurt, or criticize you are often driven by forces of jealousy or insecurity. They sense your light, and it makes them uncomfortable. But here's the truth. Their actions are proof of your power. No one attacks someone who is weak or unimportant. The fact that you face so much resistance means you are walking in divine authority. Instead of feeling discouraged, let it remind you of who you are. Your enemies are unwittingly confirming your strength. Remember, God uses even your enemies for your growth. Their betrayals teach you discernment. Their rejection teaches you independence. Their attacks push you closer to your purpose. What the dark forces intend for harm, God will turn into blessings. Question for you. Have you noticed how certain people try to tear you down? How did you rise above it? Share your story with us. 14. Your faith is your greatest weapon, chosen. Ones, the dark forces are powerless against your faith. Faith is the force that connects you to God and keeps you strong when everything around you feels uncertain. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when the darkness seems relentless, but your faith is the weapon that destroys fear, doubt, and negativity. Think back to times when you didn't know how you would survive, but you trusted in God and made it through. Your faith carried you when nothing else could. This is why the dark forces work so hard to attack your mind. They want you to doubt your purpose, question your worth, and lose hope. But when you hold on to faith, you become unstoppable. Faith doesn't mean you won't face challenges, it means you will conquer them. It's the unshakable belief that God is working for you even when you can't see it. When you face adversity, let your faith be louder than your fears. Stand firm and trust that God's plan for you is far greater than the obstacles in front of you. Question for you: have you ever faced a challenge where your faith carried you through? Tell us how faith changed your life. 15. You are a vessel for divine power. Chosen ones, you are not just ordinary, you are a vessel for divine power. God's Spirit works through you to bring healing, wisdom, and strength to the world. When you speak, your words carry weight. When you act, your actions have an impact. This is why you often feel a strong responsibility to help others. Your compassion, your intuition, and your resilience are not random. They are tools God has given you to fulfill your purpose. You might feel small, but the power working through you is limitless. When you align yourself with this power, you will see miracles unfold in your life and the lives of those around you. Don't let fear or insecurity hold you back. The world needs what you have to offer. You were chosen to carry this power because you have the heart and strength to handle it. Trust that God is using you to make a difference, even when it feels small. Question for you: do you feel like you are being used as a vessel for something greater? Share your thoughts in the comments. 16. You have a mission: to awaken others. Chosen ones, your life is not just about your own growth, it's about awakening others. Every struggle you've overcome, every lesson you've learned, is meant to guide someone else out of their darkness. Your mission is to inspire, uplift, and lead others to their truth. Many people are still asleep, trapped by negativity, fear, and confusion, but your light has the power to awaken them. Whether it's through your words, your actions, or your presence, you are planting seeds of change wherever you go. Even when you don't see immediate results, trust that your impact is far-reaching. This is why the dark forces work so hard to silence you. They know that once you awaken others, their power diminishes. But you were chosen for this mission and you cannot be stopped. Question for you: have you ever helped someone awaken to their own potential? Share your experience with us. 17. You are breaking generational chains. Chosen ones, you were chosen to break generational curses and patterns that have held your family back for years. You might feel like the black sheep, the one who doesn't fit in, but that's because you are different for a reason. You are the one God has chosen to bring healing and transformation to your bloodline. The challenges you face are not just yours. They are the burdens of generations before you. But you are strong enough to break these chains. Your strength, wisdom, and faith will create a new path for those who come after you. Your children and future generations will benefit from the battles you've fought. Question for you: do you feel like you're breaking generational patterns in your family? Tell us how you're creating change. 18. The darkness cannot steal your destiny. Chosen ones, no matter how hard the dark forces try, they cannot steal what God has ordained for you. Your destiny is written, sealed, and protected by divine power. Every attack, every setback, and every failure is part of the journey that will lead you to your purpose. God's plan for your life is untouchable, no matter what weapons are formed against you. You might feel delayed, but you are not denied. Timing is everything, and God's timing is perfect. The dark forces may try to distract you, throw obstacles in your path, or cloud your vision, but they cannot stop what has already been set in motion. Your faith is the key that keeps you connected to this promise. Think about those moments when you thought all hope was lost, but somehow things turned around. That is proof that God's plan is more powerful than any darkness. Trust that your journey is divinely guided, and nothing can stop you from reaching the destiny prepared for you. Question for you. Have you experienced a moment where something you thought was lost came back even stronger? Share your story with us in the comments. 19. Your pain is the birthplace of your strength. Chosen ones, the pain you've endured has been molding you into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. It may not feel fair, but the trials you've faced are preparing you to carry the power you were destined for. Pain is not a punishment. It's the catalyst for your transformation. Every hardship you've survived has given you wisdom and resilience that others cannot understand. People see your strength but rarely realize the battles you fought to get here. It is through pain that the strongest warriors are born. You are no exception. When you embrace your pain and use it as fuel to grow, you become unstoppable. The dark forces tremble because they know your suffering has only made you stronger. You are no longer broken, you are rebuilt. And the strength you've gained will inspire others to rise too. Question for you. How has a painful experience in your life made you stronger? Share how you turned your pain into power. 20. You carry a divine purpose that cannot be ignored. Chosen ones, your purpose is not something you can walk away from. It's a calling that pulls at your heart and soul, even when you try to silence it. You've been chosen for something extraordinary, and your spirit knows it. This is why you can never fully settle into a life of mediocrity or complacency. When you align with your purpose, everything begins to shift. You find clarity where there was confusion. You find energy where there was exhaustion. Your purpose becomes the fire that keeps you moving forward, no matter the challenges you face. The dark forces will try to convince you that your purpose isn't real, that you're not worthy, or that it's too late. Don't listen. Trust that you have been uniquely chosen to fulfill this mission, and no one else can do what you are here to do. Question for you. What do you feel is your life's purpose? How are you working toward it? Share with us below.